Yeah, good evening, Kenyans. Wamune Vigapka. I go Martin Alrane. It's my birthday, and thank you for your overwhelming wishes. Yeah, happy birthday. But on that note, 'cause there are many things really I want to, I'm dissatisfied with. Ako amecha alech biik kyok chebo Baragoi hoyo, ako mutyo mising. Eng ng'alek chikoak, amecha amwa ale as the community and their friends and your families from this region, ko kimwae mutyo akelen ayya mising eng ng'alek chikonyanyach. Mutyo amu kokibet sobonwek chebo lagok, kibet chebo biik, kibet chebo barnotik chemengech chekatakitegemeane ko ki emet. Kiyap makornondit eng boisionikwak chebo eunek. Mutyo man amu kakiborchigei ng'ung'unyat nekimetei. Ngano it's an emotional issue. Lakini kebendi abatai kemeche kesomgei amu ng'alek chebo ng'wonindo nebo ketumda korotik keborchingei ng'ung'unyat ko kikibwoti kele kibek atkinye ak Mau. And it's really a stark reminder neng'wan mising nemakimeche ke associated as a community. Kibwat ng'alek chekibit eng Mau, kimanda bikyok eng oret nekimonyol chekikure indecent and indignified way. Tuguk chekobit eng kang'ata komuko suppose keit yoto, and that is how low we sank as a country. Akameche kemwa kabisa unreservedly kele makakere there is a political card somebody want to tag somewhere, a tribal card kele it's now a war between Kipsigis and Nandis. Kimeche kemwa kele there is no relationship between boriet nekobit eng Baragoi ak bororiet. And as the people from this region, biikab Nandi kemeche kemwa kele oyo. And anybody nekotiny ka ng'alechoto koibe personal responsibility, makitinye uhusiano ak ng'alechoto. And therefore, kemeche kesom kalyet omutyon ng'alechoto bikyok. Kingen kele kong'wanit iman ak kong'wanit kosir kolukyok eut serikalit nekasupos koribe bikyok. And it's really one of the painful ordeals. Kameche kityo kemwa kele manyolu ak kemwochigei kandoik chemi serikali kele manyolu amanyol ako angen sametab muguleldonyo kingen tugul the nature nebo politics chemite olimbo Baragoi ngachang'an the political tension ak the security concerns. Tebutiet itebegei biik chechang ko kingen serikali kole maraisi ng'alekab mbarenik eng emonoto. Ako kila kiyech kolale kipchabet eng oloto mara eng chorsetab tuga, lakini ngiro matwet ko boriet nebo kiwotetab mbaret. Kuitebegei ile koititano anyun surveyors ipkepchei mbaret with all those stuck memories of the injustices chebo securities chetesetai eng yundo. And therefore, mamite any defense on what happened. We want really to dissociate ourselves and we want to say that was uncalled for, and we really want to associate ourselves with the victims. From both sides chebo serikali ak biik chebo Baragoi. But what are we taking stock of? Nechu kinetige ng'alechata. Kimeche kesom akakas ng'alek chikamwa Joanna. Kakas chikamwa kandoikab bororionoto eng ng'wonindo mising amu komonyol borionoto. Kingen kele komi kesit nekomite kotini ak kikakon nekikure status quo kele matketwachi ngulu komi. Ko kit nekitebegei kityo kele what was the rush for? Amu that was a massacre in itself. There is no better word about it. Amami anything that justifiable about what happened. Kimeche kemwa kityo kele monyol ak kemeche kemwa kele oye biik chemi serikali kondochin president take charge especially on issues of injustice. Ako kameche amwa ale there is no way of solving an injustice without digging deeper to the grassroots and the history associated with those problems. That is the only way to solve that problem. Otherwise, even if there is no amount of guns or silence and that descent, the best thing that you can do is offer justice unreservedly to all those people that deserves it. Otherwise, kokongwanit, and as a community, we want to say pole. Amuite, mamagi, ngetestai kesaga muktaindet. Agetestai ketebi kenai kele kibo serum agenge. Kakisom serikalit kora kele oye kokatamasta ng'elyeptab Murkomen. There are some things he said mwanzo ikomite olin by North Rift. And that was not justifiable. Before we get ourselves to our cameras, let's always be cautious. And among a lepta go be low. Akagisam kandoikab biulindo badigir omutyan ngalecho. Umutyan ngalecho. Kiboru nyo atinye my auntie ne affected with the same issue. And therefore, mamite chi in exception ogele matinye ngolyondo noto. Tinye bikab Nandi amu that was a transit route eng bik kyok chekikaba Tanzania kobwane Kenya. Komi cheking'et eng yundo bang'ata. And therefore, we want to call upon the government really to be cautious on this particular issue. So that everything there is an information at the time of BBC and he talked about bloodshed of young people. Now there is this one that is just developing about bloodshed. The same people. So you see now, as a people about this region, and we associate ourselves with this government, because we don't want to be associated with bloodshed. Honestly, we would really want to have, at least for once, transformation. This is the government that we have hopes on. Any other option, and we cannot procrastinate our problems. Because really, if you remember, the other government, 2013, 2022, come any issue, the other government, Arab Kebaki, who was one of the government that was mad with the evictions, and you know the price that he paid. So we don't want to take ourselves to that memory lane. What we are just saying is, please, let's be peaceful people. Let's be peaceful makers. As the government, deliberate. Because if you talk about land issue, it's an emotional issue. It's an emotive issue, really. It's public that Angata Baragoi has been a volatile area. Why would you really imagine today that you'll get away with any intention of having in mind that there are many families that are living there? And if you look at the historical issues that are related to that land, you cannot casually solve that problem by whatever it's happened. You cannot just wake up today and you want to evict them. Because really, we are all alive. That there has been a contention, and the contention has never been silenced, even with guns before. So we should be creative people. We should be intentional on this. So that it's regrettable and it's not justifiable. What are we going to say as the people? What are we going to say as the people that are closely related? Really. So, really, as a youth representative from this region, like always, we've always listened to the occasion. There was a time that somebody tried to taint a bad reputation and a name on our brothers, and we really stood this ground and we said that is not the position of the Nandi person. The Nandi person and the Kipsigis are one and the same. That we are conjoined in the hip. Even at the worst case, and this one must escalate, this one must survive, this one must live. And we also want to tell them that now, that this week is the point. As any other voices, no, that is not the position. As a community, BBC ko raise any issues of pursuit of justice. Matkeri any bilateral institution go tarete. Through our actions. Kitaret pi kiachi haki. And the haki nigma mbuno ko giagishan gele kanyor barenik pi kyo kunyol. That must, it's common sense really that how do you chase somebody in that title? So, Kongwanit, and as I celebrate my birthday, I could not find comfort as is. Mejamale Kongwanit, and position of a big Kebuno Nandi, position of a big Kebuno Kenya, because that was an injustice. Whoever started it, whoever provoked the other, the best way wasn't to retaliate in such a manner that we use the extrajudicial force. Every side to exercise restraint and the government to halt any other process going into the future that could jeopardize the valuable peace. And there is no repair, and there is no reciprocate neba maisha. Life is such precious, and we must protect it as such, because that is what the law says, that is what the Constitution says, and that is what humanity says, especially at this point in the power. So we should be going achega tiga gurtain tukul jemnyaje lakini matke achega tiga gurtain it's peak kigabriri to. It was so regrettable. So I want to bring to the attention about those people that want to battle the tribal card. It's neither here nor there. The political card, hold that until the time when it is ripe. But as we speak today, we want that justice case happen to both people to get affected. Those lives that were lost, any other number, whatever number that happened, it wasn't justifiable. There is no defense for that. That was the lowest we sang as a country. That is the lowest that we don't want to associate ourselves with. And we want to call the president to personally take responsibility and take charge, because there seems to be very reckless people caring about the valuable peace. It's just the other day the arrows were being thrown. Until, we are not learning from that. So I really want to call upon everybody in a responsible to take caution with whatever statements they are making, because those statements will, it will even affect the future anyway. And that future is what we are concerned with. So we don't want to take that political angle. We don't want anybody there that will be driving a political card out of this. Anybody to build a political capital. And if it is true that somebody wants to grab that land, then it's quite unfortunate really, because what comfort and convenience will you have at expense? We should be so considerate. If it is an infrastructure that they want to build in the best interest of that community, I am sure that community is not full of madness. That watakata. A factory that is viable. Definitely they will stand for that, because ultimately so any other excuse really at this point in time. And I want us as the country to treat these things with the utmost care that it deserves, attention it deserves. Too casual. How we speak, how we act matters. Let's not be too casual, because ultimately we are going to provoke the last bile. And we don't want to get there as the community. We don't want to get there as the country. Let's always be considerate of other people's life. Every life that is lost counts, and mamite repair for the same. Once it's gone, it's gone. But history will always be there, because their blood will always haunt you. So so we want to call upon the responsible people, even by always to rise and condemn this act of lawlessness, because we've really had and we've seen the live events that have been happening there. Before we call upon the institution, we must condemn with the strongest term possible whatever happened yesterday as far as the losses of lives are concerned. From both sides. We are not in defense of any other person, but any nature of lawlessness is not defensible in this country. And that is really what we want to say. And I believe that is an equivocation position by many of the people. And that is because we all belong together, and that is the position we want to stand for, because ultimately the valuable peace we have compromise, and at any stage everybody must take responsible. Congo, and have a good evening.